Hi everyone and welcome back. So now we have all the lambda created, like we have get, fetch all, right? Fetch will return all the records from dynamo, get a particular based on the id, create and delete, right? Now from this particular diagram we have done the integration of lambda with the dynamo. Now we just need to integrate it with the API gateway. So few of them are already done, like get. So it is in integration request. If we go, then it is bookstore fetch. So it should be bookstore get. Let's keep, oh yeah, bookstore fetch, because we are fetching all the records. It's a bookstore create. Okay, this is also fine. Then id, so here we have a get. We can also add another method, which is delete by id, right? So now we need to pass the ids, and here we can pass bookstore delete, and this is, now we have done the integration of all the lambdas with the API gateway endpoints. Okay, now we also need to define the request body templates, and we are going to use our standard body template so that we can get all the things: body, request parameter, query parameter, standard templates we are going to use. This is about get. So for get we don't need a mapping. For post, if we go to integration request, mapping template, there is already, so we'll just replace it with this. Now we will get a detailed body, headers, methods, parameters, query, whatever you need, you will get it from here. We just need to update all our integration points so that we can get what we need. Here also make it application JSON. When there is no template, so here we just paste it and save it. And similarly we can do the same for get. I think we already have the request body template for this. Yes, because we have done this in the last demo. Okay, now whenever we need to get the data, either coming from the request body, request parameters, so here you can see get, post, delete and get by id. Okay, now this is the lambda bookstore fetch. We don't need to extract anything in this lambda, like bookstore fetch. It should return us all the records. So we'll go one by one lambda. So it's just, we need a table name. So table name, if you want to store, you can store that in the environment variables, dynamodb.scale, and we are getting data. So no changes required on this. We are good. Post, here we need to get the data from request body, and body we are going to get from this body template. So we are going to get event.body, right? So if we go to this lambda, so event.body should contain the body, and rest you can actually create a UUID to create a unique ID, like event.body. So event.body, and then ID we are generating at runtime. Okay, this should be fine. Similarly, if we take a look on to get and go to the lambda, similarly for delete, go to the lambda, and here we will, what we need is from event.body. Similarly we will get the data in the event.params. ID event dot event.params ID, and same thing we can do or delete event.params.id. Okay, let's deploy the changes, and we can give it a try. So here in the IDs, first of all, let's try to create something by passing in the payload. So we are sending only this much of payload, and let's just test it. So it should hit the bookstore create, and it has created the bookstore listing 1, listing 2. Okay, all are successful. Now if we try to do the get operation, test it. Here we should get all the items in the body. This is what we are getting, and this is what expected, right? All the records whatever we have created, now we can see them. If we want to get the particular ID, then you have to pass this ID, get by ID, and we can pass this and test it. Cannot read property I of undefined. Let's see this lambda bookstore get. Cannot read property I of undefined. Okay, we haven't deployed this, looks like. Event.params. Oh sorry, I think, yeah, event.params ID, because ID is something which we are sending from here. Cannot read property ID of undefined. So it's talking about event.params. So if we go to the request body template and try to see what we are getting in the event.params. So here let's debug this. What can be the error? We are logging out event. Okay, so we are talking about bookstore get. Let's hit this bookstore get. We can go to the cloud formation, CloudWatch, and try to see what we are getting in the event. So that will give us the clear picture what is happening. Okay, so here keep doing retry. Okay, let's see bookstore get. This is bookstore get. So here we are talking about this integration request, mapping template, application JSON. Oh, this was empty. Maybe this can be the issue. And save it. Let me reload this and check that again. Okay, now let's test it again. Oh, we got the data. So that was just about the template was not saved. And now if you try to do the delete, I hope we should not see that kind of error now. Request body template. This is saved. So we can test it by doing delete, by passing the path parameter, and test, and it is done. Okay, so that's all guys. Thanks everyone.